Hi kids. Next I'm going to read to you about the coral reef. A garden of the sea, the coral reef. If you ever go snorkeling, it's really fun to snorkel by a coral reef. You'll see lots of amazing colors. Not far from the shore is one of the most beautiful places to dive, a coral reef. Corals are often found in clear, shallow waters in warm tropical seas. Coral reefs look like gardens of colorful flowers or rocks. But coral reefs are actually made up of large colonies of tiny animals called coral polyps. Hard coral polyps build reefs. The polyps of the hard corals make stony tubes or skeletons and live inside them. New corals attach themselves to the skeletons of the old corals. Over thousands of years of reef is formed. This is a close-up view of yellow coral. Soft corals are flexible, so they can bend. The shape of the colony depends on the species of coral and the habitat. Most corals get their bright color from tiny plant-like things called algae that live inside of them. The Great Barrier Reef, a series of reefs off the coast of Australia, is more than 1,600 or 1,600 miles long. So that's the biggest coral reef. We're going to make a coral reef picture today. So this picture reminds me a lot of a picture we saw in the book. This is our inspiration. So that looks a lot like the soft coral that we saw in the book. Isn't it beautiful? For this picture, you have another background paper. Mine is black. And you also have a straw. And you also have some of these little cornstarch noodles of all different colors. So you can use your straw, and then you can also use your cornstarch noodles. Remember, the cornstarch noodles will stick together. And the straw can be used however you want to use it. So think about what in that picture the straw could be used for. And what in that picture could the cornstarch noodles be used for? And you could also use some crayons. White crayons will show up really well on black paper. So I'm going to start by cutting my straw. And then I'm going to try gluing it to my paper. And then I'm going to cut this piece a little bit more and glue that onto my paper. Because I'm thinking about using this kind of as sort of like the stem of the coral, you know? So this was, oops, it's not quite dry yet, so it's not. That was my idea, something like that. And now I'm going to use my cornstarch noodles. So I like to use just a damp paper towel because it's not too much water, but it's just enough to get them wet. And then you can stick them together and think about the shape of your coral you want to make. So I'm thinking about that picture, but I'm not exactly sure how I want to do it, and then I wonder if we get it wet, if it will fit onto if it will stick to the paper. And I think that it will. I don't think you have to use any glue. If you get your cornstarch noodles a little bit wet, they should stick down to your paper like that. And they should stick to each other. You just get them a little bit damp. Pretty fun. So here's my idea so far. So use your supplies and make your own coral reef, and I can't wait to see how it turns out. Probably very beautiful, like a real coral reef, colorful and fun to look at. All right, have fun. I'll see you soon.